You've seen it. AI-generated art flooding your feed, cats as astronauts floating through galaxies, their fur illuminated by distant stars. These whimsical, otherworldly images seem to appear out of nowhere, capturing the imagination of millions almost instantly. Video game characters, once confined to pixels and polygons, now reimagined in lush oil paint, heroes and villains rendered with the brushstrokes of old masters, but created by algorithms in mere moments. Surreal mashups that look impossibly real. Imagine a city floating in the clouds or a tiger made of glass. These images, both bizarre and beautiful, challenge our sense of what's possible in art. What once took weeks, months, or even years of painstaking work by a master artist, now it's created in seconds by a computer with just a few clicks and a clever prompt. This is AI art, a digital tidal wave that swept across the internet almost overnight, transforming timelines and feeds into endless galleries of the strange and spectacular. Suddenly everyone, friends, celebrities, brands, was posting mind-bending images made with just a few words. The barrier to entry vanished. Creativity was now at everyone's fingertips. The technology went from obscure to a global phenomenon, accessible to anyone with a phone or laptop. In a matter of weeks, millions were experimenting, sharing, and remixing AI art. The quality? Absolutely stunning. Not blurry or abstract, but detailed, textured, and breathtaking. Images that could hang in galleries or fill the pages of magazines. For the first time, anyone could be a digital artist. No training, no expensive tools, just imagination and a few typed words. But as the world marveled at this new creative power, artists noticed something unsettling lurking beneath the surface. They saw their own styles, brushstrokes, and designs echoed, sometimes copied exactly, in these AI images. The line between homage and imitation began to blur. The magic started to look like theft. What was once a marvel of technology now raised questions about ownership, credit, and the value of human creativity. Behind the viral trend, a conflict was brewing. Human creativity versus artificial intelligence. Artists wondered, would their skills become obsolete, or would they find new ways to collaborate with machines? The internet's new favorite toy had a dark side. For every dazzling image, there was a question about ethics, originality, and the future of art itself. This wasn't just a trend, it was a battle for the future of art, a debate that would shape how we define creativity in the digital age. The question, is this a revolution or a threat? Is AI art expanding our creative horizons or erasing the soul of human expression? As AI art exploded, the lines between inspiration and imitation blurred, leaving artists and audiences alike to wonder where the boundaries truly lie. The stage was set for a showdown that would change art forever, a collision of tradition and technology with the future of creativity hanging in the balance. To truly understand the explosive rise of AI art, let's rewind the clock and look at how it all began. The story of AI-generated art is a journey through innovation, creativity, and a bit of controversy. Back in 2015, Google's Deep Dream project burst onto the scene, giving us those wild, trippy, dreamlike images. It was the first time many people saw what AI could do creatively, turning ordinary photos into surreal, psychedelic masterpieces. This was our first real taste of AI's artistic potential, and it captured the imagination of artists and technologists alike. Not long after, generative adversarial networks, or GANs, took things to the next level. Imagine two AIs locked in a creative duel. One tries to create convincing images while the other acts as a critic, judging their authenticity. Over time, this back-and-forth competition led to images so realistic they could fool even human eyes. GANs opened the door to a new era of machine-made art. For the first time, this technology could generate completely original images from scratch, not just modify existing ones. It was a leap forward in creative autonomy for machines. But the real breakthrough came in 2021, when OpenAI unveiled Dall. This tool changed everything. Suddenly, anyone could type in a prompt, no matter how wild or imaginative, and get a unique, never-before-seen image in just seconds. The possibilities felt endless. Soon after, Dall E2, Midjourney, and Stable Diffusion arrived, each more powerful, more creative, and more accessible than the last. These tools made AI art creation available to anyone with an internet connection. But how do these systems actually work? They're trained on massive datasets, billions of images and captions scraped from all over the internet. Every photo, every piece of art, every caption becomes part of their learning. The AI learns to connect words and phrases with visual concepts, building a vast mental map of how language and imagery relate. When you give it a prompt, it draws on this knowledge to generate something entirely new. It's not just copying what it's seen before, it's remixing, blending, and reimagining everything it's learned, creating art that's both familiar and completely original. The result? Artworks that feel like a strange mix of the past and the future, pieces that are instantly recognizable yet unlike anything we've seen before. This leap in technology didn't just change how art was made, it changed who could make it. Suddenly, artists, students, and everyday people could create stunning visuals with just a few words. Creativity was now just a prompt away. The process was instant, intuitive, and incredibly fun, sparking a wave of experimentation and excitement. The tools were fast, easy to use, and the results were often shockingly good. For many, it felt like magic. But beneath the excitement, there was a catch. The way these AIs learned, by absorbing the internet's art, would soon spark heated debates about copyright, ownership, and the future of creativity. The seeds of conflict were sown from the very beginning, setting the stage for a revolution and a reckoning in the world of art. Once AI art tools became available to the public, they didn't just spread, they exploded across the internet, capturing the imagination of millions almost overnight. Tech enthusiasts, professional artists, and everyday people alike flooded platforms like Discord, Twitter, and Instagram, eager to share their wildest AI-generated creations with the world. Suddenly, questions like, what if Wes Anderson directed Star Wars? Or, what would Lord of the Rings look like as 80s rock stars? Weren't just hypothetical, they were visual realities. The creative possibilities seemed truly endless, limited only by imagination. Celebrities and major brands quickly joined the movement, commissioning AI portraits, designing album covers, and launching ad campaigns powered by artificial intelligence. AI art was no longer just a curiosity, it was a cultural phenomenon. Almost overnight, AI art was everywhere, featured in galleries, splashed across billboards, and covered in major news outlets. It was legitimized at the highest levels of the art and media worlds. The speed was nothing short of revolutionary. What once took artists weeks or even months to create could now be generated in mere minutes or even seconds with just a few prompts. For the first time, anyone with a computer or smartphone could iterate, experiment, and share their visions instantly, no formal art training or degree required. This was true democratization of creativity. People from all walks of life, backgrounds, and skill levels could now participate in the art world, making creativity accessible to everyone. The viral boom became a self-sustaining cycle. The more people saw AI art, the more they wanted to try it themselves, fueling an ever-growing wave of participation and excitement. Online communities sprang up almost instantly, with users sharing prompts, techniques, and tips, helping each other push the boundaries of what AI art could do. It truly felt like a new digital frontier, an uncharted creative landscape where everyone was exploring, learning, and collaborating together in real time. The technology itself evolved at a breakneck pace, with millions of users driving constant updates, new features, and ever more powerful creative tools. The world watched, captivated by this unprecedented explosion of creativity and innovation, as digital art exhibitions drew crowds and sparked conversations everywhere. But as AI art spread further, so did questions and debates about its impact on artists, on culture, and on the very definition of creativity itself. The excitement was undeniable, but so was the unease. For every person celebrating this new era, there were others who wondered what it all meant for the future of art. AI art turned anyone into a creator. No training, no expensive tools, just imagination and a keyboard. Prompt artists emerged, mastering the art of crafting the perfect text prompt. Online, these new creators built huge followings, each with their own signature style. For many, it was liberating. Ideas became images instantly. The line between artist and user blurred. But this new wave sparked debate. Is typing a prompt real art? Traditional artists felt their years of skill were being devalued. The tension was growing, hinting at a much bigger conflict ahead. As AI art peaked, backlash erupted. Artists discovered their copyrighted work had been used to train these models, without consent or compensation. You could prompt AI to mimic specific artists' styles, sometimes better than the originals. Protests spread. No AI watermarks, mass demonstrations on art platforms. ArtStation became a battleground, with artists demanding transparency and control. Lawsuits followed, accusing AI companies of mass copyright infringement. The debate moved from forums to courtrooms. At stake, the rights and livelihoods of human creators. The secret war was now public. The future of art, and who gets credit, was on trial. The conflict split the creative world in two. Traditional artists argued that AI art devalues years of skill and personal expression. They saw AI as a plagiarism machine, copying styles without understanding or consent. For many, it threatened their ability to make a living. On the other side, AI supporters saw the tech as a tool, like the camera or Photoshop. They argued it democratized creativity, letting anyone bring ideas to life. Crafting the perfect prompt became its own skill: prompt engineering. Supporters claimed AI learns like humans by studying existing art. They called for new laws and collaboration, not bans. Both sides raised valid points, but the divide was deep. The future of creativity was up for grabs. Let's break down the core arguments. Artists demand consent, credit, and compensation. Their work was used without permission to build commercial AI products. AI images often erase the human influence behind them. When AI can mimic a style for pennies, artists' livelihoods are at risk. They want ethical frameworks and fair profit sharing. AI proponents argue for innovation and accessibility. Restricting data, they say, would cripple progress. They compare AI learning to how humans study art. For them, AI empowers creators of all backgrounds. They see a future where AI handles the tedious, freeing humans for big ideas. The debate: protect artists or embrace unstoppable change. The technology isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. AI video generation is here. Tools like Sora can turn text into realistic video. The impact on film, animation, and content creation will be massive. But new risks emerge: fake videos, misinformation, and ethical dilemmas. AI is also generating 3D models, music, and code, expanding its reach. Some companies like Adobe are building ethical AI trained only on licensed or public domain content. This could offer a path forward, respecting creators while pushing boundaries. Artists might license their work for AI, creating new revenue streams. But as AI art becomes indistinguishable from human work, will creativity just be about writing the best prompt? The future will likely blend human, AI, and hybrid art forms. The challenge: balancing innovation with respect for human creativity. So, is AI art a tool for creativity or a threat to it? The answer is both. It empowers more people to create, but risks devaluing human skill and originality. The way AI models were built, on uncredited work, has fractured the art world. Technology without ethics can be destructive. The future depends on human choices, building fair frameworks, crediting creators, and valuing the process, not just the product. AI can replicate style but not soul. The path forward is balance, using AI to empower, not replace, artists. The most exciting future is one of collaboration, humans and machines creating together. The secret war has revealed the stakes. Now, it's up to us to decide what kind of creative world we want to build.
What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.